Good morning. Welcome to episode 5 of our City Walk and Talk with yours truly, Dr. Rojo. Maraming salamat for always being here. And today, medyo cloudy, hindi pa naman umuulan. Still, as promised, rain or shine, we will do our daily walk or daily outdoor activities, not just for Taji 100, but also for our City Walk and Talk audio room live every morning. And at the same time, it's a physical activity. It's an exercise for me. Yung New Year ko nagsimula Chinese New Year, no? Yung most people start their New Year's resolution doing everything all right by January 1. Buti na lang merong second chance yung Chinese New Year. It's a month later. But actually, hindi kailangan maghintay ng New Year for New Year's resolution. Anytime, any day, pwede kayong magsimula. And speaking of anytime, any day, yung planner natin for 2022 is already here. A little late, a month late, but it's still gonna be useful. And don't worry, we will also make a version na yung date hindi nakalagay. So, you can use it, you can start any day, and you can make your own. Same content para matrack nyo yung inyong pag-adhere sa ating food list. If nakakastay ba kayo sa ating safe list? And na-avoid nyo ba most of the time yung caution list? At halos hindi na kayo nakikita ng mga pagkain na nasa danger list. Good morning, everybody. As usual, sabi natin, yung ating audio room live sessions is not really related to low carb and fasting, but it's just anything under the sun. I took my time today since late pa yung simula ng operation later. Na-cancel kasi yung first case, kaya yung second case na lang. It will stop, which is quite good para makapagtrabaho tayo ng other priorities natin. However, ibig sabihin din yan, late din uuwi. Sometimes, we think of our jobs, yung trabaho natin, yung business natin, as source of our stress, na yun yung nakaka-cause ng pagod natin, na nakakaligtaan na natin yung more essentials like family, friends, your own self-care. But I think we should look at our jobs in a different way. Kasi sa totoo lang, kahit pa nakakapagod yung mga trabaho natin, we are still blessed to have jobs. Kasi hindi nga lahat nagkakaroon ng trabaho. There are people who are still struggling finding work, finding a source of income. And willing na willing sila gawin lahat just to take your place or to be with your place. And so, we really have to appreciate. Of course, hindi natin in-encourage na maging martyr, ha? We don't encourage martyrdom. When you work, you know it's a noble work. At wala ka namang inaabuso dyan. Nakakatanggap ka ng tamang sahod. Sometimes when you are starting, you really have to accept na merong mga overworked, underpaid, at unappreciated pa. I think it's part of the process of getting you. Kasi nga, wala pa tayong napapatunayan. So we have to just sometimes adjust sa reality. And that reality is medyo kailangan muna natin lunukin yung ating pride for a little while. But be secure na alam mo that situation is just very transient. You do your best, you do your part to learn as fast as you can, as efficient as you can, so that in just a short while, you become your own little expert on that field. And para naman sa merong mga trabaho na for the same work for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, don't feel bored. Don't feel na stagnant ka. But you can actually level up. What you do for you is so routinary na halos humihinga ka na lang. So without conscious effort, without thinking, nagagawa mo yung trabaho mo. At alam nyo ba kung anong pwede nyo gawin for you to level up to that? You establish yourself as an expert on that. Totoo yun. Feeling mo lang hindi ka ganun kagaling. Pero expertise comes with time, with repeated exposure. Alam nyo ba na merong mga nagbebenta ng buko juice sa daan? Alam nyo bang konting pitik-pitik lang nila? Alam nila kung ano na yung level of maturity ng buko na yon. If matigas na, if very young pa, if very soft pa, if too big pa. So that sense of expertise na-develop nila yan over the years. And I think I just want to share with you, for me, what helped me develop into who I am today, na even if until now, pareho pa rin yung tingin ko sa sarili ko. I'm still the same average student na going with the flow lang. Basta't alam ko lang, every year, hindi ako mare-retain sa klase. Hindi rin ako magiging top 10. But I will just progress. And did you know na yung effort ko noon at yung effort ko ngayon, I still get to enjoy. Then the effort that I do for my school projects, for my academics, for my work before and now is still the same. But ngayon, it is producing outcome that is way beyond average. And over time, since I shared with you, that one of my discovered talents is to see patterns, is to see yung mga what makes sense. Parang nagkakaroon ako ng bigger picture. And with what happened the last 4 years, I was able to envision and visualize the process kung saan ako nanggaling and saan ako ngayon. And that's actually what I want to share with you. You have to know exactly kung sino ka and kung ano yung kaya mo and what you are really passionate about. So it can be different from person to person. Like for me, when I learned about low carb and fasting, sobrang na-amaze ako. At halos hindi ako makapaniwala. Why? This very simple knowledge ay hindi alam. Most importantly, hindi ko alam as a doctor, and even if average student lang ako, but at least I was an average student in one of the best medical school and one of the best college, universities in the Philippines. Pero hindi ko alam yun. And so, yung feeling ko talaga, we need to get the word out there. Hindi pwedeng itago yung benefit ng low carb, yung benefit ng fasting, na dapat malaman ito ng mga tao. And I realized na with religion, yung pag-aayuno, yung pagpa-fasting, ginagawa na. But it was packaged in such a way na ito ay related lang to spirituality. Kasi, I realized na yung mga tao, very resistant sa idea na parang magsasuffer sila. And so, ginawa na lang nila na yung form of sacrifice, like as penance, as part of you cleansing your body, cleansing your soul, cleansing your spirituality. Pero sa totoo niyan, it's really cleansing our physical form. Kaya nga, after fasting ng mga people who do it not for health reasons, they say na they really feel good after. Nag-iba yung pananaw nila, nag-iba yung kanilang outlook in life, they feel enlightened. And if you understand now the concept of fasting, yun pala ay related to autophagy. So, autophagy, yun yung self-cleansing mechanism ng katawan natin. Kasi the moment na wala ka ng kakainin, maghahanap ng source of energy yung katawan mo. At yung gagawin niya, para siyang maglilinis, para siyang mamamasura. Unahin yung kunin is yung mga parts ng cells na hindi na effective. Meron ng dysfunction. At the moment na makuha niya na yon, mare-recycle niya at magiging energy. That will also be the reason why magiging mas functional ka. Imaginein mo, if yung nerves natin are electrical wires, kapag marami ka ng mga basura, nagkakaroon ng mga debris na nagbablock sa electrical connection na yun. And then, when you are fasting, those debris, yung mga balakid na yun, yung mga blockage, it's being cleaned. So that's why yung connection nagiging mabilis na naman. And with that connection, it is improving your mental functioning, it is improving your health, and with good mental functioning, instantly, para yung na-uncover, para daw yung veil, na yung problema mo noon, na hindi mo makita-kita yung sagot, the moment you already clean your system, para siyang nakuha. It's unveiling the answer. And that's exactly what happened to me. I did fasting, and then one day at a time, hindi mo rin kailangan biglain. One day at a time, you will see the better path. You will see the better option. And you will also have the courage to go to that. Minsan, it's about staying. Minsan, it's also about moving forward and letting go. So it's easy for us to always say, choose the better option. Pero if we don't have the right mindset, hindi rin natin malalaman which one is the better option. Because if yung pag-iisip natin parating magulo, parating stress, then all of those mo, they will all look the same. So that's why, to help you see which path is the right path for you, you must have a good functioning brain. And what better way to have that is to eat right. Eat nutrient-dense food. Kumain ng tama. And then, hindi lang basta kumain ng tama, but kumain ng whole day? No. Kumain ng tama sa tamang oras din. That's why we do fasting minimum of 12 hours, especially sa mga sa mga wala nang fats to lose. Okay? But if you still have fats to lose, feel free to increase your fasting to 14 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours, and also know the basics. Yung about electrolytes, about nutrient-dense foods, If hindi nyo pa yan malaman, I hope all of you here expert na sa ganyan, ha? But if hindi pa, then I suggest you really learn the fundamentals, yung pinaka-foundation ng low-carb and fasting, which is in our 14-day masterclass. Yung 14-day masterclass natin, it's not the same as the one that you can see sa mga free videos natin in YouTube and Facebook. Because that one is naka-outline yan into a course. So yung learning mo, step by step, para kang magsisimula talaga sa grade 1. Kasi kahit gaano ka bright ka pa, hindi mo ma-appreciate yung mga ideas in college kung hindi ka muna nagdaan ng grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, because those are foundation, fundamental knowledge yun. And the 14-day LCF masterclass is the fundamental knowledge para lahat have the right mindset, have the right foundation, information na kahit sino man yung magtanong sa iyo, why you do this, why you do that, why is this helpful, why am I doing wrong, what am I going to do to improve, you can easily answer. Because this one is the fundamental knowledge when it comes to low carb and fasting. And if ever you need guidance sa specific diseases, sa mga may maintenance medication, those are also tackled na sa ating 21-day diseases. But anyway, yun yung importance nun. And for me, what pushes me to be out there is to really help those people na walang access sa ganito. Kaya nga lang, when I discovered it, I was still under contract. I was still under training. And bawal sa amin yung maging public when it comes to certain protocols na hindi advisable ng training. So, I have no other way to express it kasi mag-breach of contract ako. So, yung ginawa ko, nagsulat na lang ako ng libro. So, I put it into writing. I published it para meron lang akong exhaust. And then, when I do things, alam ko kasi in medicine, kahit pa mga doktor, yung mga kasama ko lahat, I understand na if you are not a doctor or a lawyer, minsan we have this notion na parang ibang tao yung mga doktor at lawyer. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi. They are still the same kind of people. Tao lang talaga. Titulo lang yung doktor. And unfortunately, marami pa rin. When I do what I do, I encounter a lot of raising eyebrows. So, marami rin nagsasabi kung ano yung pinagagawa ko, kung sino ako, o bakit ako ganyan, ganyan. And especially my superiors. So, yung mga bossing namin ng mga doktor. So, of course, kailangan, since I'm under them, with all due respect, with all due diligence, at sinusunod ko naman lahat ng protocol. And when they ask me why I do it, kasi nagtatrabaho ako noon, nag-oopera ako while I'm on my 3 days fasting, 7 days fasting, nagkakaroon kami ng conference sa hospital, nagpa-present ako, pang ilang araw ko nang walang kinakain, and they thought I'm crazy. So, alam mo rin na when people ask you, they are not really concerned of you, but makikichismis lang, hindi pa uso ang marites nun. But alam mo, when they ask you, yung nag-fishing lang, hindi talaga sila. So, yung resolution ko dyan is, I wrote a book. And then when they ask me why I do it, sinasabi ko lang, basahin nyo na lang po yung libro. And I didn't give them any free book. Because if they will just scrutinize, kung sila lang naman ay mangungutya at mag-scrutinize, at least they pay for it. And no, it's not about the money. Actually, yung books, hindi ko iniisip yan as any part ng source of income. Because if you publish it in Amazon, 70% of that mapupunta kay Amazon, 20% mapupunta sa costing nasa 10% lang siguro or less yung makukuha mo dyan. Basta konti-konti lang, mga $1 siguro per book. So magkano yan? 50 pesos. So anyway, it's not about money, but it's about you knowing what you are worth and you knowing kung sino yung mga deserving tulungan and yung mga tao hopefully you can also inspire. So I wrote the book with the sole purpose na meron akong paglalagyan ng aking newfound knowledge that I'm so excited to share with the world. Later ko nga lang nalaman na marami na rin palang low-carb practitioners na hindi doktor during that time when I published it. And I think it was also a blessing in disguise because if alam ko na marami na palang may alam, I wouldn't be excited to write a book. Kasi when I wrote it, feeling ko, ako pa lang yung nakadiscover nun sa Pilipinas. Pero hindi pala. But I think that was still a blessing in disguise because it fueled me. During that time, I was really, really very excited and passionate. At yun lang talaga, hindi ako makatulog. Because I myself was very much surprised with the healing na naramdaman ko when it comes to fasting. I never felt great in my entire life. I never felt healthier. For the first time, nakahinga ako ng maluwag. Hindi na ako nagkaroon ng allergic rhinitis bouts. I can even savor my favorite foods, which is pork and meat and eggs without guilt. Na alam ko nang hindi ako mamamatay sa kakakain ko noon. Kahit gulay, hindi ko na kailangan persahin yung sarili ko. So those liberation were the foundation. And it might be different from person to person. But I'm sharing you what I've been through for you to really see. Hindi lang yan dahil doktor ako or I did this. Lahat tayo, we are expert on one thing. At least one thing. Kung meron kayong isang bagay na hindi nyo kailangan mag-isip, and kung tatanungin kayo, meron kayong isasagot agad, then you are an expert on that. Kahit ano lang. Ang pinaka-basic niyan, autobiography. Kung ano ang nasa buhay mo. And you don't have to be shy. And kung gusto mo, you can even leave out the part na ayaw mong ikwento sa iba. You can just make a story about all of the learnings na nakuha mo. Going through over the years, if meron kayong na-encounter na challenges, loss of a loved one, ano yung pinagdaanan nyo, and how did you cope up with it. Alam nyo ba kung bakit? Because there are billions of people in the world. And for sure, merong at least 0.01% dyan, kahit 0.001% dyan, na makaka-relate sa iyo. At yung 0.001% na yan, nasa 100,000 na rin yan. So, it's actually you possibly making an impact, helping at least 100,000. Or at least to one. Start with one. I'm sure meron kayong kahit isang kaibigan lang or family member who would love to hear your story. So that's why I actually encourage everyone to write their own book, to make their own book. Kailangan matakot when it comes to technical skills. You can declare it as informal book na hindi siya kailangan grammatically perfect. And for those naman who want to make it perfect, you can always hire an editor. And meron ng mga online hacks ngayon on how to paraphrase your words into a grammatically perfect sentences. And that's the reason why I will launch yung Pen to Publish workshop on August. So, Pen to Publish, kasi noon, sulat-sulat lang tayo. But now, we are going to publish it. Because there's no limit on sharing blessings. Hindi natin kailangan maging madamot. Kung gusto nyo magsulat about low carb and fasting, then go by all means. I will support you. And you will also become an Amazon writer. And it's not just about writing a book, but writing a book is the first step because it will open up to worlds of possibilities. When I wrote a book before, yung sa akin lang is to get the word out there. At yung gusto ko noon, kung meron sana akong makilalang makapag-translate ng mga libro to different dialects in the Philippines para malaman ng mga farmers, para malaman ng mga masang Pinoy how low carb can really help them. Para hindi sila blind sa idea na all they need to strive is to eat 3 times a day. Basta makabigay lang sila ng kanin sa kanilang pamilya 3 times a day, yun ay okay na at yun yung pinaka-goal na nila. It's so disheartening. But I think we will get there. Yung kaibigan ko before, when I published the book, and later nagkaroon ako ng mga radio segments in our locality. Naging regular ako every week doon in our local radio station. But nag-quit na ako last. It's all voluntary, ha? Wala yung sweldo or anything. It's just to give back to the locality. Kasi I have no other means to reach out to them. But I stopped when I did my exam last year. And yun nga, working na ulit. And yung kaibigan ko noon nagsasabi na mag-YouTube na daw ako. So, nung sinabi na yun, I am 101% sure na never akong mag-vlog because yung mukha ko nga, nako, hindi talaga ako komportable sa mukha ko. And I think this is where the part yung there are bigger plans that are set for us more than we set for ourselves. Sometimes tayo lang talaga nag-limit ng ating potential, capacity to do bigger. But when we establish the right mindset, when we already opened up ourselves to those opportunities, you will be surprised. Slowly, you will ease in at sobrang mag-iiba yung ating mundo. And I think we are very, very lucky ngayon that we live in the past. Kasi sobrang past na yun eh. Yung panahon na wala pang cellphone, yung panahon na wala pang internet, yung panahon na makakausap mo is yung mga taong nasa harap mo lang talaga. Gone are the days na yung connection na mabibuild natin is just through physical connection. Now we can feel connected to people who is halfway across the world. Marami nga akong nakilala. They fell in love and they got married. But they started just online. And it's not online dating app. It's just a friend of a friend na nag-introduce sa kanila online. And yes, even online dating app works. Kaya, I know, I have a number of relatives also, mga byuda usually, na they found second chance in online dating. I know marami yan sa mga Pinoy. There are people who look down sometimes kasi tayo mga Pinoy pagka-judgmental, no? On Filipinas, marrying Caucasians, marrying foreigners. Pero actually, dapat we should stop that very, very disheartening mindset. Kasi para sa akin, it's actually giving both partners the best. Because yung mga puti, they don't need another millionaire. They don't need a partner who's also equally successful or is also a career woman. They just want someone to take care of them, to love them. Almost like the same way their mother loved them. Something like they are already established They have all the riches. They already have their careers. Okay na sila. But when they come home, they have no one. Sobrang lungkot ng buhay nila. And for the Filipinas naman, na merong isa single since birth, o single talaga, but older age na, meron ding mga byuda, meron ding mga single moms, na they all have so much love to give. But wala silang mapagbibigyan. And nakakalungkot minsan kasi yung mga binibigyan nila ditong pagmamahal dito sa Pilipinas is also not giving them back the love that they deserve. And kapag nag-meet sila, it's actually a very, very beautiful partnership. Kasi yung mga mommies, or meron din iba na lalaki naman yung Pinoy, yung concern naman nila, because we are so family-oriented, we also just want to help our family. Our happiness is not complete kung hindi natin kasama sa pag-unlad yung pamilya natin. So, yes, part of that is security sa buhay. And that is just nothing para sa mga partner nila na naging asawa na nila eventually, na mga retirees, mga divorcee din in other countries. And I think it's a beautiful partnership. They made a very good, meaningful life together. Marami kaming kilalang ganyan. And I think all of us knew at least one couple. Meron tayong auntie, tita, ate na who got married abroad. And I really, really feel happy for them. At nakikita ko how much happiness yung naibibigay ng Filipina to their husbands. Hindi yun mapapantayan ng kahit anumang riches, ng kahit anumang value. It's priceless talaga. So I think kung meron kayong marinig na other people who are looking down sa ganyan, I hope you stand up for them because there's no shame in it. In fact, it's a very beautiful outcome. It's a very beautiful ending na hindi lang para sa couple, but for their families, both families. Because the families of the Filipinos, of course, mostly na-uplift talaga yung buhay. It's already a given. And for families naman na na-uplift yung buhay, please also be grateful and value those help and make sure to pay it forward, to also give back and never abuse. And for those naman na family ng mga foreigners, they are also very happy kasi alam nila na their brother, their father will already be taken care of. Kasi magaling mag-alaga talaga yung mga Filipino. Sobrang magaling mag-aruga. So, bakit nga tayo napunta doon? Anyway, alam naman natin, di ba, that this city walk and talk is just anything under the sun. And it's just us knowing what our purpose is. So, anything that you do, you can become an expert on it and you can make a story about it. And if you wish to publish it into a book, yan. Gagawa ka tayo ng 10 to publish workshop. So, I will guide you from step 1. Kahit sa title making, kahit wala pa kayong idea, kahit kung gusto niyo lang mag-publish, but wala pa kayong idea kung anong inyong isusulat, that's also one of my gifts. I can guide you what topic, what genre is closest to your heart. I think, I'm not sure if it's because of my psych back then, my undergraduate, yung college course ko is Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. But sabi din nga ng pag sa psych ko daw, ano lang daw yun, titulo lang. But ever since, I am already like this. Kaya nga lang, hindi ka paniniwalaan if you don't have a title. So, pinag-aralan ko para meron akong excuse na mahilig akong kwento ng mga bagay-bagay because, yun nga, pinag-aralan ko daw. Pero yung totoo, I've always been like this. And speaking of always being like this, yun pala yun. Sabi nila, we attract what we want. Pero yung truth to it, we attract who we really are. Kung ano na talaga tayo. Kung sino na talaga tayo. And it's a beautiful process kapag eto ay consistent. Stress happens if there is incongruence, if there are inconsistencies. Yun yung, in psychology, yung term na cognitive dissonance. So, parang kumukontra on what your heart is really looking for and what you are doing. So, dun nagsimula yung stress. But if we are able to listen to our hearts and we get to know what we really want, and you be grateful. Kasi majority of what we want and what we need in life, nasa atin na pala yun. Kaya lang napofocus tayo sa mga wala pa. So start to be grateful. Start to be thankful. Because the moment you are being grateful, parati kang nasa mindset na nagpapasalamat ka, you will see na yung mga takot mo, yung mga anxiety mo, yung mga fears mo, mawawala yan unti-unti. Because you let the gratefulness dominate you. And the moment na fear, anxiety, worries, kapag wala na sila, all the good things will start coming in. And it's not just about abundance. It's also about contentment. It's also about good health. It's also about getting fit, getting healthier. So it's all the good things coming in. Because yung mga negative thoughts na yun yung tawag nating mga positive blocks. Binablock nila yung mga positive things sa buhay for it to come in. So as long as you remove those blocks, as soon as you remove those blocks, then all the good things will be coming in. So, maraming salamat. Liza, Thelma, Athena, Erwin, Josie, Kuala, Luz Viminda, Yani, and many more. How long na tayo nagkakwentuhan? Maraming salamat for always being with us. Anyway, I think we will end anytime soon. Hindi ko nakikita yung comments eh. But I will try to see if I can see some comments so that you can interact if you want. So, tingnan natin. Good morning to all of you. Maraming salamat. Thank you for always being with us then. Yes, yes, importante talaga sa ating kalooban. So, lastly, before we end, how to get into that right mindset. Number one is be grateful, di ba? Magpasalamat. Ilista nyo parate at least 3 things that you are thankful for. And then, you actually don't need to ask kung ano yung gusto nyo. But, you can just be grateful pa din. Magpasalamat ka pa rin. Darating na mga biyaya. And you always pray. There is no risk. There is no negative. Walang kahit anong masamang paglalagyan ang prayers. So, you always pray. You pray for guidance. You pray for gratitude. You pray for the fact that you all know that you are already blessed. Like for me, di ba sabi ko, I've always wanted to be physically active. Pero, hindi ko talaga ma-force yung sarili ko to just be out there. And ayoko ring lumabas. Ayoko ring magbihis. And then ayoko ring mag-exercise lang, like in the gym, na walang ibang ginagawa. It's not for me. But for my loved ones, like to my siblings, it works for them. But for me, I just cannot imagine myself na just in the gym, just lifting weights and doing just that. It's not me. And I wish I am like them. Pero hindi talaga. And yun ang gusto ko. Hiningi ko lang na sana, I hope time will come that I will become motivated to really start a physical fitness na journey to which I will really enjoy. And this is something that I will look forward to. At yun nga, si yung admin natin, si Sir Olidan, invited us with Taji 100. More on challenge us. And we just obliged yung Taji 100. And yung iniisip ko lang, I cannot do it. Baka ano lang, mag-ano lang ako, stationary bike. And then meron din namang kilometer bar yun. Ilalag ko na lang yung kilometer cycling ko doon as part of my log sa distance. But lo and behold, when we transferred here last month for work, I realized na sobrang ganda pala ng area dito to walk and to run. And the feeling to be outdoor. Kahit pa within the city, but merong mga parks, merong mga walkways, merong mga areas na merong mga trees, and you can breathe easily in open air. May mga panahon na area na walang ibang tao. I remove my mask when I run. Mas maganda pa rin yung airflow. And I can feel the outdoor more. And yun nga, it also opened up to our morning session na City Walk and Talk. I like this series because it's stress-free. Walang pressure, walang expectations, di ba? Kasi clear naman tayong lahat, di ba? Na yung pag-uusapan natin dito, it's just anything under the sun. Kwento-kwento lang. So, kung ano lang yung nandito. Like right now, meron akong mga nakakaharap na all sizes, all ages, and then with dogs and without dogs. Ang cute. Yung iba, nakikita ko, they have wounds sa paa na I think they were diagnosed with diabetes. And I'm not sure if they've been active for so long or ngayon lang sila nag-active because they're already diabetic. Yung iba naman, fit na fit. And I wish they are doing well. And being here for 5 days straight now, marami ng familiar faces. So, I think this is doing us all good. So, kami ni Admin Cha, magkasama kami, but hindi kami magkasama naglalakad. Because we have different pace. And soon, my sister will also join. Kaya lang very busy pa siya with work. Anyway, I hope you continue to have a positive mindset. I hope that as you go through your day-to-day, you will feel all the positive energies na kailangan natin. All the guidance that you needed. And before anything, before deciding anything, always have that silence. Deep breath muna. Huwag magmadali. Stay calm. Makakapaghintay ang mundo. Huwag magpanic. Take your time, especially on the very important things in life. And of course, as always, eat right. Eat right when it comes to the quality of food and also with your food timing. Because when you eat right, you will nourish your body, you will nourish your mind, and you will tend to decide more. And partly, lastly, diba I told you that one factor that encouraged me to do this morning walk is the environment. Environment also plays a major role. I think ito yung concept ng feng shui. So, hindi siya basta haka-haka lang. But it's your environment actually also influencing you. Hindi kasi ito one-way process. We can make an impact sa ating paligid, but our environment also can influence us, can impact us. So, right now, try to roam around your house later and feel kung saang area na parang ayaw mong puntahan. Yung parang kung dumadaan ka dyan, parang gusto mong bilisan, or the spots where you usually stay, and then the spots naman na hindi mo usually pinupuntahan. Meaning, there are spots that are really making you feel calm. There are those spots na medyo nega, medyo hindi ka comfortable doon. Maybe you need to do some arrangement sa lugar na yon to improve it. What is nice is for us to have a space, especially where we live, na any spot you can be comfortable with. Na pwede ka sa kitchen, pwede ka sa dining, at nilulook forward na rin na magsistay ka sa kwarto. Be careful for always being comfortable in your room, ha? Because you might not be helping when it comes to your sleep. Kasi our bedroom, it supposedly will give us that mindset of comfort, of relaxation. But if it's too comfortable for you na ayaw nyo nang lumabas ng kwarto, dyan na kayo nagtatrabaho at lahat-lahat, then you will lose that relaxation connection. So that's why it's good to also establish a comfortable place where you can be active, you can work during the day outside of your room. Para yung kwarto mo o yung bed mo is for relaxation lang talaga. It will also lessen your risk of having insomnia rather. So yan. Maraming salamat, everybody. For those who are interested to get to know more on our masterclass, meron tayong page po, LCF Masterclass by Josephine Grace Rojo MD. Nandun lang po yung official registration natin. Our admins are there to help you. And Maria Lilibeth, Joel Liza, Athena, maraming salamat for all the support each day and every day. I'll see you again tomorrow for another City Walk and Talk with yours truly. Let me know if you want some topics. Baka pwede tayong magkaroon ng topic para hindi naman masyadong magulo yung session natin. But if ever wala, then we can just talk anything under the sun or under the cloudy sky like today. Have a good one. Have a good day always. Have a good night for those who are about to sleep. And I wish you nothing but a good life. Thank you. Bye-bye for now. Mag-live tayo later siguro. Baka mga around 12 noon in our page in YouTube. See you there. Bye-bye po. Salamat.